only force a tiebreaker, and that is Williams Resolve. Evil Geniuses, if they can secure a dub and make their mark on this entire tournament, they're going to auto-qualify for the major, but that is in the future. Right now, they need to focus on this series one at a time and taking this dub right here, staying in the present moment. That is all that matters, James Bot. Evil Geniuses, it has been a difficult road, and I'm sure it has been for Williams Resolve as well. EG didn't even make playoffs in the first two regionals. Then they swept their way through, going 3-0 in this regional event through the Swiss stage. So it's been a very roller coaster ride, I'd say, for both teams, and we'll see how that affects them in their first quarterfinal matchup.
And so far, seen some back and forth. Catalysm off the sidewall, pushing the ball, going for a 50. Almost got a piece of that one. Tox doesn't go for the challenge, goes for a late 50, and that one pinches over to the other corner of Williams Resolve. Corner pass attempted, but Breezy looking for the outlet was a little bit too far ahead of Nowasaki, and Nowasaki not able to get that touch. Breezy off the ceiling, 50 attempt. We'll keep it in the corner. Nowasaki light touch over there, and Catalysm will pop it up. Williams Resolve on the attack infield to Breezy. Tox misses, but Breezy probably not expecting it, wasn't able to get a shot on target.
Yeah, and good corner play from Evil Geniuses to at least throw this ball into the corner and force a better 50-50. I've been looking for a good touch. Catalysm, I love that disruption, rotating back for EG. And now the net's wide open. Breezy's rushing to get there. The hustle from him to rotate just in time and get that save, all tied up still.
And also had no boost, really, to make that save. Double tap almost goes in. Breezy coming within inches. Now the counterattack. Tox going for the 50. Catalysm right after. Now Ivan rotating in. Ivan, zero boost, flip reset. Catalysm off the ceiling. It's going to go off the arc and down, but Flame is there and finds Breezy. Now Nowasaki clearing it out to the EG corner. Low boost for Tox, who does get the corner and is bumped up to that ball.
Oh, now he lands in the perfect spot, maybe off the backboard. That would have been a ridiculous sequence of events, getting bumped into the play, then taking advantage of it. But the defense holds tight for Williams Resolve. This has been, I'd say, a relatively even battle. I think Evil Geniuses have had the edge in possession, but we've seen some good solo attempts, especially from Breezy.
Speaking of, Breezy going for the solo attempt, denied by Ivan. Ivan standing tall on defense. Now Catalysm flip off the ceiling, going for the double tap, and Nowasaki there to make sure that play dies before a goal comes out. Nowasaki flip reset, waiting to the last moment to use it. Flame, light first touch, keeps possession into an air dribble, pinch out to Breezy. Breezy, backboard, showing the double tap, but Tox was there first by quite a bit. Noah, an air demo on Catalysm, but Breezy caught out a bit. However, Flame there to help out. This is still not looking good for Williams. Another demo from Breezy. Ivan to the backboard, pinch out. Nowasaki will put it out to the middle. Catalysm faking. Tox, shot blocked, rebound blocked. 50 almost goes in, but Nowasaki's there.
Williams Resolve. How have they kept this ball out? Evil Geniuses knocking on the door every single time. They look like high quality chances, but still somebody is getting in the way, finding the middle ground between the ball and the goal. Here's Tox looking for a pass over to Ivan, almost connected, but a demo is all Tox is gonna get.
There's a bump, Flame right after Breezy. However, Tox is there to start the counter. Catalysm looking for Ivan, but Nowasaki is there once again. Defensively, Nowasaki has been the backboard. He's been the sweeper for Williams Resolve.
Oh, and there he is again, looking for something on the offense. He's getting in front of it and finds a dunk, or rather a 50-50. Breezy off the backboard into some open space. Catalysm doesn't have too much boost. This looks like an Evil Geniuses defense that is starved. Could be a good opportunity for Williams Resolve, so long as they can find some momentum. Breezy taking it by himself. He's had so many solo plays, and here it is again. Not the best 50-50, but it's going to keep the pressure going for Williams Resolve.
Noah, 50 bounces down. Catalysm leaves it for Flame. Flame over to Breezy. Breezy can't keep the ball up. You saw he ran out of boost, but if he gets that into a dribble turtle, that could have been dangerous.
Looks like the main weapon for Williams Resolve has been Breezy. Those solo plays. We are just watching a ticking time bomb, and I was gonna say a time bomb for Breezy, but it's gonna be Evil Geniuses, who off of a 50-50 from Catalysm and another follow-up again from Catalysm sets up the shot.
Wow, Catalysm on that first 50, that was crazy. Not only does he get the 50, but the backflip actually flicked the ball downfield. And EG,
how did he get the speed to go back into another challenge? That's what I'm wondering. He must have half flipped or something from that initial one. That was ridiculous.
The fluidity of that motion to get the 50 into a flick, half flip, get back to the ball, and 50. That was the game.
Yeah, and as much as I like seeing Breezy go for these solo plays, he's got to get some help from the rest of his teammates, and we'll see it again. Yes, it does look like he did half flip to go in for that extra 50-50. So not only is he getting one challenge win, but he can half flip into a second challenge win. That is the type of work and effort required just to get one goal in this tense matchup. And Williams Resolve, I like what I saw. I mean, Breezy looks good on offense. I just think they need more of a layered approach. It can't just be this man behind the ball every single time. There's got to be some backup.
And throughout the Swiss stage, the lead scorer for Williams Resolve was actually Flame. So we'll see who steps up here, if anyone, for Williams Resolve. Breezy, he had a few chances earlier in game one, but they were shut down. And it's always interesting, Turtle, in those games where they're scoreless into overtime, when they end just seconds in.
Yep, and that's always the tense matchup, seconds into OT. It kind of changes things up because you get into that overtime and you have a nice refresher off the kickoff, and some teams find and can gather a bit of confidence just from that fresh start. For EG, definitely was a fresh start and a good one for them. They're looking to have another good start here. Togs narrowly missing the follow-up off of the drop-down shot.
Oh, that's a big 50 from Flame. Tox racing back, and Flame banged it off the bar. That should have been a goal, or at least you feel like that should have been a goal, Turtle, for Williams Resolve.
More opportunities coming their way. This time, it's not Breezy, it's Flame. Had one opportunity, a good look. Williams Resolve, they've got to be more clinical, much more efficient with converting these shots. They have a long road ahead of them, but this is step one, taking down EG.
Bounce out, Ivan tips around Flame. The lob towards net, and it's wide. The pressure still building in favor of EG. Tox off the ceiling, Noah. He's out of boost. We'll see that mid boost. Ivan trying to go down the sideline, and Breezy will kick it back to the corner. 50 from Tox, out into the middle. Decided to go straight for net. Catalysm maybe looking for a rebound. Nice patience there from Tox, who wave dashes on the wall, goes for the double tap, pinch pass around, but it dies out.
Hey, Catalysm through the corner. I like what I'm seeing. A lot of patience from all three members, specifically Tox. He is looking for the corner boost, and he's very aware of when he's given space. The vision on the field, unmatched for EG. Tox able to follow that one up. Noah Saki. A mouthful of a name. Finally gets the touch. So moving forward, we've got a lot of momentum for Williams Resolve, but it doesn't look like they're trying to utilize each other in the midfield, James. They're going for a lot of linear approaches like this solo air dribble from Flame.
Yep. You see Breezy get a demo on Catalysm. Will that slow down this EG attack? Flame. Off the corner. Bounce down. Breezy can't beat Catalysm to that one. Ivan taking over after the 50 flip reset. Goes for the challenge. Out to Tox. Tox. Backward play. Breezy will tip it. With the patience from EG. We see Ivan wait to move in. Ivan off the arc and down, and Noah Saki will clear it out, but it's right to Catalysm. A pinch off the post from Breezy will keep this game level.
Breezy getting some help from the post, pinching it out, massive clear. And just in the nick of time, keeping his team alive, all tied up 0-0 on the scoreboard, but the pressure has been adding up, stacking here for Evil Geniuses. Will that mean a Williams Resolve defense starts to get withered down? They're running out of boost, losing 50-50s like this one from Breezy, but now they have a good follow-up. Noasaki, perfect position, flip reset over one. It's not into the best spot, and Tox can put it to the corner.
Ooh, and Flame didn't get the corner boost steal. That gives Tox the resources to move up. Catalysm also snagging that mid boost.
Oh.
Noasaki with a demo. And Tox also missing that mid boost. Flame will go, and now Breezy. Breezy on empty. Tox trying to get it past Flame. It skips all the way to the other side of the field. Flame lob it down to the EG corner, and we saw a 0-0 overtime end a few seconds in game one, and it looks like we're gonna have another 0-0 overtime in game two.
Very low scoring series. Good cross from Ivan. It actually might end things early on. Ivan opts to go away from that challenge, knowing he's gonna get outpaced. Noasaki, if he could be the difference maker, no, denied early. Evil Geniuses, Williams Resolve fighting, battling it out in the midfield. Haven't seen it be too one-sided. But so far, the best looks from Williams Resolve. Maybe Flame, but he got bumped out the way. And Tox, if this ball hits the ground, we get sent into OT yet again.
10 seconds is all it took for EG last time, thanks to the backwards challenge, half flip flick thing that Catalysm did.
Yeah, whatever that is.
And now Catalysm, around one, into a dribble. The flick will be stopped by Noah. Tox out to Ivan. Ivan testing the ceiling. Breezy, late flip, but didn't get much on it. Backboard rebound, there's a demo as well. Flame with a passive defensive touch. That keeps Williams Resolve alive.
The veteran, such a high pressure touch. You need to find contact with the ball. And he comes out clutch, keeping his defense alive. Catalysm up for the 50 around one of them. Defense has been more organized for Williams Resolve. They've passed that 10-second mark. Now the question is, can they mount something on offense, get things moving forward?
Flame can't beat Tox on the challenge, who also snags the corner. Breezy, dip off the ceiling and down. Ivan will catch it into a dribble with space. 50 from Flame, out to the middle. Tox nailing it to the corner. Noasaki self-pass off his own corner, going for a 50. Does get it, forcing Ivan to come out. Noasaki off the ceiling, gets the 50. Tox, the double, will push it up high. And Breezy goes for the challenge. Now Flame right towards net. Tox will turn for it and tip it around Breezy.
There's the composure from Tox by himself, but great awareness from Noasaki, understanding the dribble would come out, and that he just needs to be patient, and look at what you get as a result from it. Noasaki won the challenge, then down the other end, Breezy in the corner, smacks it out to Flame, who snipes the back of the net. All three players, pivotal roles there in that goal.
Yeah, and you saw Catalysm was on the near post, not in the net.
Yep.
Perhaps expecting a different bounce. And this time, the 0-0 overtime goes Williams Resolve. They had a solid game. You just look at the number of saves they were forced to make. Both teams playing very defensively. 5 saves for Breezy, 2 for Flame, 3 for Noah.
It's very passive. It didn't feel like we were getting too many demos either in moments where they could have. That Breezy save off the post was a highlight for sure. And again, this play from Williams Resolve, that started with the midfield defense that was built by Noasaki. That man understood where Tox was trying to dribble the ball and was able to get in front of him and force the opportunity for Williams Resolve. As we take a look at the cams and see how hyped they're going to be after tying this series up. They've got some momentum, James, all tied up. The series is still up for grabs.
And also credit to that man in the top right, Flame, with that save. You remember he had to make the stop off the backboard, and that was the I think the key play for Williams Resolve. If Flame doesn't make that touch, surely it's a goal.
honestly, there's nobody else you'd want behind that touch other than Flame. I mean, the veteran, been in high-pressure situations before, and he's expected to find the touch. He comes out and hits it. Now game 2 popping off for Williams Resolve. We'll see if game 3 goes the same, or maybe more firepower comes out of EG.
It's been less firepower and more defense most of this game and most of this series.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to get a bunker buster, either team. Breezy. Nice first touch. Around 1, Catalysm getting that bump on Breezy was big, because if Breezy gets through, we've seen what he can do with the mechanics. A flip reset certainly would have been inbound.
Yeah, Noasaki chain dashing in the corner. Busting out some mechanics. Ivan, slow dribble out of his own end. I like what I'm seeing. Taking it to himself and trying to control the pace of this game. They haven't been able to get on the offense. Forced to make a lot of good touches, find each other. The pace of play has slowed down quite a bit. Maybe with this clear, things could change.
Tox will lob up. Makes Noah jump so that he can steal that corner boost. Noasaki moving all the way down, will finally turn with nothing in the tank. Breezy also on empty. Tox tips it by Flame. Gets demoed by Flame, who got that boost back and got some revenge.
Always want to make sure you can get back in the play, and Flame, as soon as he got that boost, he's taking a player out. He's looking for another bump, too, across the net. Taking a lot of boost, Flame. He took the corner, then the midfield boost. Means Evil Geniuses have got to be running somewhat low. That means Breezy can win with the speed. Noasaki forced to get a touch. Good defense from Williams Resolve, and that's going to set up Flame, who gets another demo and also steals more boost. That man is being a nuisance on the field for EG.
Certainly has been.
Oh, there he is again. He just
Flame,
stop.
another demo. We'll rotate back to the ball, gets a pinch. Noasaki with the fake. Breezy will take over the ball. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, but Williams Resolve some space. They let that go. Breezy sees Noah in the midfield, trying to maybe pre-flip into an air dribble pass, maybe a pinch.
Not enough passing, it feels like, between Williams Resolve. A lot of solo play still. Breezy's kind of been chasing this ball and trying to get behind it, make a difference, but sometimes the vision feels a bit lacking, especially when you've got a player like Flame who's creating space for you. You want to make sure you can take advantage of it and make use of it. Here he is, Breezy. What's he got? Flip reset in store. Gonna keep it low and try to get a better 50-50 with the bump included. The package is there, but nobody able to deliver it.
Flame popping it straight up. Will fake it for Noasaki. Noasaki into a 50. Trying to find Breezy. Breezy, who's been going for the solo plays all series, still looking to get one to work out for him. But now on the other end, Noasaki on 0. Picks up the corner. Flame tipped back. A pinch attempt by Tox, but it didn't really go far.
You know, sometimes it doesn't work out, okay? Those pinches, you know, that wall doesn't usually favor me, at least in ranked games, so can't blame him. What a flick, too, from Catalysm. That was a monster flick down the other side. Good 50-50 win from Tox. Very defensive still as we get into game 3, the final minute.
Hold on.
Forcing a lot of 1v1s. Breezy, another solo play attempt. Ivan takes out Flame and deletes that pass option.
We've had 2 0-0 overtimes. Less than a minute left to play, and we might have a third. Flame, 50 by Ivan. Flame still staying behind it. Noasaki half flip back to the ball, waiting for a 50. Doesn't want to use up that boost yet. Recognizes that boost is worth its weight in gold. Now a demo from Catalysm, but Breezy will take over. A flick around 1. Breezy, 1v1, will finally get it! Breezy in the 1v1 comes out on top.
And he's been looking for this all series long. And this was the most difficult one to execute, but it's a 1v2, and he still makes it look easy. Here comes Breezy down the other side to lead the way for Williams Resolve.
See if EG now can respond. 10 seconds left. Catalysm demoed.
Okay.
Breezy back to Nowasaki. Nowasaki into
Other
the
one.
dribble. Late flick. And there's the second for Williams Resolve.
Nowasaki, one demo from Breezy, who gets another pass back in. Breezy has been a high-impact player in both of these goals. He got the demo, got the pass, and Nowasaki able to finish it. Security is there. There's not enough time for EG. Even if this kickoff goes flawlessly for them, it's not possible to get back into it. Williams Resolve in the final minute. Big charge.
And Nowasaki to cradle that pass from Breezy. That was remarkable from Nowasaki, who's been making a lot of defensive stops, but just that play right into the dribble, into the flick, had no time to waste, perfectly capturing that ball.
That's the play that gives me confidence in Williams Resolve, where they're utilizing each other. Even before Breezy, it was a nice solo play, but that's not enough to win the series. You're gonna have to rely on your other teammates, as we do in fact get a timeout called for EG, and this is definitely the one in the game that you're going to want to call it, because Williams Resolve, that was a dominant ending to this game.
It really was, and we saw Breezy, I mean, pretty much this whole series, he's been trying to make these solo plays happen, has been trying to do things all by himself, has gone for flip reset, ground pinch plays, you know, you name it, he's been trying it, and in the end, it was just that isolation play, a simple read of the defense, wait till they get in a spot where you know you got them, and lightly tap that ball in. Breezy breaking this deadlock. That was the first goal of the series that came in regulation, Turtle.
Yeah, which is ridiculous for all of them, especially with how defensive these teams are. It's interesting that we'd get such a defensive game, but the stats also back it up. I mean, EG, they're 11th in shots, and Resolve are 13th in shots in this region in Europe. So it makes sense why these guys aren't putting or scoring too much. They like to play passive. They like to sit back on the goal line and hope that the solo play or the 1v1 can come out and take charge of the field, because it's risky to send more players forward. It's risky to try and throw a player alongside Breezy, because you're leaving one back, and if they can avoid that at all costs, they're going to do that, James. That's just the play style they prefer to play.
And it worked out this game. Now back-to-back wins as well for Williams Resolve. Have they finally gotten over this hurdle? Have they figured out EG, or will EG start to bring it? EG, calling a timeout relatively early as well, Turtle. A lot of times you see teams wait until they're on match point to call that timeout.
This is the right choice, especially with how that last game ended. This is the right choice to call for a timeout. I'm not so certain, what calling a timeout when a team gets put on match point is going to do. Obviously, it's worked in the past, but this is when you want to kill momentum early on in the series so you can battle back, and EG certainly need to do that, because I don't know, it's weird, man. This is such a weird defensive game where both teams are steady on the back line. So we're not seeing too much develop in the midfield. They just want to throw each other forward with only one player. And I guess it might come down to who has the better solo play, who has the better 1v1 abilities. We saw how important that was in the last Liquid Vitality matchup. Those 1v1 plays, the double taps, those have what it takes to change the tides of a series at any given moment. And that's what's unfolding right in front of us.
And you wonder who will be that player. We saw Oski with the hat trick game, Atau, the one with the double tap off the corner. And now, will we see it from anybody here on EG or on Williams Resolve? And everyone at home, we do have a slight delay. One of the players appears to have disconnected, so we're trying to get that resolved as soon as possible. And when we do, we will be starting this game. It looks like it was Nowasaki who has joined up into the lobby. So
I've been dealing with internet issues myself, James. I feel for him. The pain is there, especially in these tight matchups. This is on the line now. Everything here for Evil Geniuses and Williams Resolve. They both have to win the tournament. And for Evil Geniuses, you win the tournament, you auto-qualify for the major. For Williams Resolve, you just force a tiebreaker. A long journey, a long way to go. But both of them have what it takes to do it.
But you're telling me there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance. 1 in a million, James. 1 in a million.
And perhaps this is that 1 in a million for Williams Resolve. They've been doing well so far, forcing the timeout of EG. Now Breezy, the late shot, and a save from Toxin, cleared off the goal line by Ivan. Breezy just had to beat Tox on that challenge. Tox, great stop.
And he even got the pre-jump on the late shot. Breezy had spun around in the air and feathered his boost to make the shot delayed so that Tox would jump early. But even with that delayed shot, it didn't matter. Ivan now is the one who's getting the save for EG. Coming out from the timeout, this defense is made of iron.
And it has been bending but not breaking. EG, 2 back-to-back stops. And now on the other end, Catalysm, the air dribble, Flame will clear it off.
All right. We were talking about solo plays and who it might be from Evil Geniuses. If we think back to game 1, Catalysm was the difference maker with those 50-50s to half flip into another challenge, 2 in a row, and that's what helped EG take the win. Maybe he's going to be the player who steps up again for this blue side.
Tox made that first stop of the game. Trying to kickstart some offense. You know, we still haven't seen EG score in regulation. Only goal they got was the 1 overtime goal.
Yep. Such a low-scoring game. It's not a lot of risk. I mean, we're seeing plays like that from Tox where it's 1v2, 1v3 even. Everybody prioritizing that rotation to the back of the net. Finally a passing play from EG, but easily stuffed out and avoided. Catalysm was too busy getting the demo instead of rotating in the midfield. Because of it, he's late on the shot.
Catalysm, again, trying to get that ball fed out to the middle. Boom, Tox. It looked like he got bumped, but made no difference. Tox still getting the touch. Tox leaving it for Ivan. EG all boosted up for this counterattack, but Noasaki there to stop the ball. Now passing to Breezy. Breezy shot once more right at Tox, but did get revenge for the save. Demo and Tox taking him off the field.
Breezy, the X factor for Williams Resolve. Here he goes again. He just keeps getting these solo play setups, James. It's a matter of time before he can break through like he did in the previous game.
Or is it? EG has been making these stops.
Yeah.
They've had some good success against Breezy. Now rebound, now Catalysm! Noasaki! The third man for Williams Resolve, making stop after stop, and not a bigger one than that one there.
Who's got the better goal line save? EG versus Williams Resolve. Both defenses have found those diving saves, last-second heroics. A lot of Guardian Angels on both sides. This is difficult to break out on offense against both defenses that have been so rock solid. You're going to need an incredible shot if you're going to want to break through either side.
Tox has been last man making stop after stop for EG. It's a defensive showdown between Noasaki and Tox. And now Catalysm making a save. Tox trying to get this counter on. Flame will tip it back. Noasaki flick out. A miss from Ivan, and this catches Tox out. The shot is just off. That could have been a goal for Williams Resolve. The precision not there.
Here we go. Ivan, nice touch to himself. Noasaki looking for a demo. Somebody from Williams Resolve always rotates in to get that demo, leaving a solo play wide open, but has not been enough to break through the blue side. Nobody in constant control of this midfield. And with the final 30 seconds remaining, we are still scoreless, looking for another OT.
Breezy. Pinch to the corner, Tox looking for Ivan, but Ivan is no longer on the field. Ivan on the respawn, will come back into the play. Low boost. Ball out to Catalysm. Catalysm. Make some last second magic happen. No, Breezy intercepts. Flame waiting for the shot. Back flip pass. Now the rebound out to Noasaki.
Here we go.
But Noasaki doesn't dive in to take the shot and will tip it down. Flame catches it. Blocked by Catalysm. And another 0-0 overtime.
Hope everybody grabs some popcorn. We might be in here for quite a while. Nobody able to end it in regulation.
Double flip reset.
To OT, Breezy. More mechanics coming out But we know that's not enough. We know that is not enough to break through, James. Gotta be more.
You're certainly right, Turtle. And who will bring that? Will it be Ivan? Yes, it will! EG score and win in overtime.
Oh, it's all tied up in the series now. Catalysm, he has been the catalyst for this team, Evil Geniuses. He is the pillar of that offense, and he gets the air dribble setup for Ivan, who's clinical on the snipe
And
left side.
The bump, Turtle?
Oh, man.
Did you see that bump from Catalysm?
The man is a beast. What else is there to say? He's been the only one taking that first step on the offense, James.
Catalysm being the catalyst.
Yes, sir.
That bump was something else, and I'm sure we'll see it on the highlight package. There were a few chances for Williams Resolve. They had some good looks. I mean, even here, I don't know how that one didn't go in, but then this play right here, air dribble out and bumping Noah Saki off. If Noah Saki gets there, there's a good chance that one just gets 50'd out. And EG are able to eke that one out. 2 overtime. They're 2 wins, 2 goals. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous too. That bump, I did get to see it at the last second of the previous game, but from my perspective, it didn't look like it made a difference. But as we saw on the replay, you're totally right. That could have easily changed and shifted how that shot would have gone at the net and could have easily gotten blocked. Catalysm is not only doing the setup, but also getting the bump and clearing the way. We are all tied up in this best of 7. Who is going to get sent to match point first? We're going to have to wait and find out. And, you know, I've just got a wild guess that this might go into OT again, James. But that's just a wild guess, okay?
Do you think they'll score?
I don't think so. They're so passive in regulation. It's absurd. We were just coming out of a Vitality Liquid game where I thought both of them were very willing to take the risk. Sometimes Vitality would back off and shy away, but Team Liquid were like, you know what, I'll send all 3 players, but that is not how this game has unfolded in front of us. Evil Geniuses, Williams Resolve are like, no, I'll send 1 player forward, and that's about it. Maybe we'll wait in the back of the net, in the back of the field, and just maybe I'll decide to push up, but it'll be risky, so I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. That's been the mentality for this entire series.
Yeah, one team of day traders, the other only invest in bonds.
Yep, exactly. Can't take the risk.
Noah Saki passed down to Flame, and Ivan, nice challenge. Trying to go low. Catalysm. Ooh. The solo play himself. Hitting the 50! Bodied by Catalysm.
Can this man be stopped? I want to know. Can he be stopped by himself off the backboard? What seems like a quadruple tap to himself. The solo play coming out huge from Catalysm. 1-0, and they score in regulation, James.
Catalysm breaking through the ice. Finally, EG scores in regulation. Catalysm. Yes, it does. To score a goal like that, that was a pretty one.
Energy thrusted now back into Evil Geniuses. They've got to be feeling good. This is what they've been looking for, but the demos and the pressure hasn't stopped from Williams Resolve. That is one thing I will give the edge to on the orange side, is those demos, the physicality, massively in favor of Williams Resolve, but they haven't gotten the timing just right. When a demo comes through, the solo play might not be there in time, and Breezy getting a little bit more aggressive. I do like what I'm seeing from Williams Resolve. It seems like they're willing to send more than just one person forward, or more than Breezy on the solo play again.
I mean, you say that right as Breezy goes for another solo play. You wonder what else Williams Resolve has in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Can they figure out a bit more than sending up Breezy, who looks for those solo plays, those flip resets? Ivan taking matters into his own hand, waiting on the flip reset, popping it around. Breezy will pinch it off the post. We've seen him do it before, but still it's an awkward ball for Williams Resolve.
Breezy and the post, a dynamic duo we never knew existed in this game, in this series. It has been very dominant. Flame Not the best touch off the backboard, but Noah Saki's got him covered. Ivan is looking for a creative touch, and Breezy, good speed to end this one out and cut it early.
And actually got the double, but there's the response demo. Wide open net.
Woo!
Ivan will take it. The demo, we saw it, a demo from Flame, but then the immediate response on the last man back that proved to be better.
Yep, that demo was just better with the timing, and that's the key. You go for a demo, the timing has to be there with when that aggressor takes the shot, when he's gonna have a look at the net. One of the most difficult things to pull off. And EG just had the better demo at the end of the day. 2-0, under 2 minutes. Doesn't look like we'll get an OT, but with how this series has gone, you never know how things are gonna end up.
I feel like we know pretty well, Turtle, with how few goals we've seen in this game. This might as well be 7-0.
You act like you've seen a goal in regulation from Evil Geniuses. This is new. We're in new territory, James. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Uncharted territory here.
Right.
As EG is up 2-0. The goals have been rare for both teams. Approaching the final minute.
Cox is there.
Cox trying to get a flip reset challenge, but it's hit downfield. Nowasaki around 1. Catalysm beating Nowasaki to the ball. Catalysm really the one to kickstart this EG team, but now we see Flame into a dribble trying to go low, but Tox slams the door shut.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, Catalysm. A key role in why this EG offense has worked and found success. Been off the efforts of Catalysm getting involved. The solo play was certainly one for the books, but there is time remaining. Not too much of it, 30 seconds. Williams Resolve has to make a move, and they've got to score soon. Otherwise, we get a match point. And a potential series win then for EG in a series that means everything to both teams in the fall split.
You're right, Turtle. As outlined by the desk, the major still a possibility for both of these teams, as unreal as the demands are that they make it. Last second attempt. Nowasaki trying to get just one more. Breezy can't do it. EG on match point. And with the 2 goals that EG scored, Turtle, we saw as many goals now in this series as we did in the first 2.5 minutes of Game 4 of Team Vitality Liquid.
This is it's not necessarily a slow series per se, but it has been just very, I don't even want to say scared. You can just go for the simple, nice and good defensive game from both teams, and we do get a timeout called for Williams Resolve, who have to make a change. There's a lot of room to grow. Like this is like they've laid the foundation with the defensive play style, and now it's literally they could take it in any direction they want to. They could try and get more demos. They could send more than one person up besides Breezy. I know, Flame, as I kick my desk, Flame was getting involved early on with a lot of these demos. I'm getting too excited over here, James, okay?
You got to
thinking about
down.
The play styles we could go for, the demos. I actually can't feel my toe. I think I kicked my desk a little bit too hard here. But there's literally anywhere they can go. They have the foundation. They've laid it down. Now it's just, what do you want to do? How do you want to play the game, James?
Well, well, Turtle, just rolling back the tape a little bit, we asked the question, who's going to be that player? Who's going to have that performance like Oski had with the double, or with the hat trick, or the Atal play with the double tap? I think we got our answer. I think the answer is Catalysm. Catalysm is the one stepping up in the series. You look at all 6 players out on the field. Catalysm has been the one that stands out.
Yeah. Well, Breezy was he has been that guy. Like, I'm not going to say he was supposed to be that guy, but he's been that guy alone, creating space. But the difference is when Catalysm creates space, it feels like he's got his teammates there to support him. If Breezy's up on the offense, creating space and working his magic, I don't see the immediate response or reaction from that second man behind him to go in for the follow-up shot. It's just not there.
And then we see the replay from that play Catalysm made, the solo block, and then, Catalysm, the air dribble bump play that he takes out Nowasaki on the bump to open up the goal line. I mean, we've seen multiple big plays from Catalysm, impact plays, and it's put EG in this spot now where they are 1 game away from sealing the deal. Let's roll it. Neo Tokyo, Game 6. Williams Resolve have to win or they're out.
Bob's Ramen watching in the distance, waiting to see what kind of response we're going to get out of Williams Resolve. They took the time out. Obviously, there's a change that is needed. We're going to find out what that is. Flame, good 50-50 to start things off, but a lot of pressure from EG that they're going to have to deal with.
See if Williams Resolve can use their noodle to solve this EG puzzle. It's been a tough nut to crack. Breezy moving downfield, can't get the 50 on Catalysm. We'll have to rotate out.
Ooh, nice little flip reset attempt from Nowasaki. Ivan has space to work with. Breezy takes him out. Maybe getting involved as you're rotating back is the answer. It's going to be hard because Catalysm's also taking you out, a much more physical game, and you can tell that the speed has actually been amplified in this game alone. Maybe it's match point, maybe it's the nerves, the intensity turned up a notch. We're not seeing teams be as passive. This is what I like to see, James.
More aggression out of Williams Resolve. You saw Nowasaki there to at least take a hit on that opportunity. Now Nowasaki again going for a 50. Much more risk being taken from Williams Resolve. They're moving much further upfield, but a miss from Flame. That might haunt them. Oh, Breezy back in the nick of time to save Flame. That would have been disastrous.
Oh man, Flame is so proud of Breezy and so thankful that we don't have to see that replay of him whipping the backboard read.
Ooh.
Breezy got him covered. Nowasaki also got Tox covered, taking him out, and says, you can respawn again. Here's 30 boost. We're back to 0-0.
But, I mean, on that play, Nowasaki had an open look on net and sailed the shot high. Got to be more accurate. Now Breezy will turn, lob it up for Flame. Tox cuts it off. Second effort on the ball, shut down by Nowasaki.
I like the aggression from Nowasaki. He hasn't been accurate, as you were talking and mentioning, but he's at least been in the position, and this is better. Look at Breezy. All 3 players, this is the first time it feels like we've seen Williams Resolve truly connecting on offense, truly willing to take this risk and position themselves in a couple of scary situations, but they might get a goal as a result.
Breezy trying to possess the ball. A demo from Noah will open up some space. Catalysm to the corner. Flame flipped, so he won't be that quick to the ball, but still no one from EG Challenge. He was able to get the hit downfield. Ivan with a monstrous clear. Nowasaki, 18 boost, has to turn off the ball. The shot blocked by Flame. Rebound to Catalysm. And now Ivan, first touch control. Blocked out. Rebound again, finding its way to Catalysm, but Williams Resolve in position for those 50s.
Yep, and it looks like EG are favoring the control. Ivan, first touch was to himself, and here he is on the solo play. There have been spaces that have been opened up. Maybe the control aspect isn't as necessary, and a quick pass in the midfield would be more beneficial. Catalysm, big demo on Breezy, getting some revenge. Breezy has been physical. Catalysm trying to match that.
Breezy turning off that 50, gets the ball up. Catalysm double tap pass. Ivan towards net. Breezy 16 boost, tipped it to the corner, but EG, the pressure is building. Ivan, touch over to the side. Probably not what he was looking for. Now on 0 boost and accidentally bumps Catalysm. Nowasaki trying to dribble this downfield. 2v1. Flame will score! The team bump. That's where it all fell apart.
The team bump comes through. Painful stuff. And Nowasaki snipes out Flame in the midfield and gives him a wide open angle. That might send us into Game 7, but we've got about a minute to go before we get there.
Nowasaki, recognizing that team bump, he instantly controlled the ball, bringing that into a dribble. You've got to take advantage of that small window. Great control there from Nowasaki, but now we see EG on the counter. Tox going for the bump, was faking like he was going for the shot, but the defense still read it.
It was also just good to see Flame in that position, James, pushing up with Nowasaki instead of letting him go by himself. We had Williams Resolve move forward as a team, as a unit, instead of just sending one forward. Breezy opts to not go for this challenge and stay passive, but it might catch him in the end. It does not, and he gets the touch. 22 on the clock. Williams Resolve, they've got to hold on.
Flame over to Breezy, who's on 0, has to pick up small pads and retreat. Tox blocked by Nowasaki, who double taps it downfield, just trying to burn the time off the clock. Catalysm to Ivan, potentially. Ivan waiting on the wall, now goes.
Ooh.
But it's predictable. Flame will hit it out, caught by Tox, and now 50 to the ground. Williams Resolve, after the timeout, respond. A 1-0 victory, forcing Game 7.
It was a big change, so much more aggression. We even saw moments and glimpses where a player from Williams Resolve was on the backboard of EG, was getting aggressive, taking their boost, trying to find a demo. That was necessary. It was required. It helps alleviate pressure. It deflates evil geniuses because you're demoing them, you're taking the boost, and then this play right here from Nowasaki, you talked about it, the vision, knowing when to strike. There was a small window for when Nowasaki could get that pass through. He comes out, executes well, and that's what it took to take down EG. One more game to go, James.
Yeah, one more game for either team. The unlikely journey that they have to take, it's a bit mind-boggling, but the first step will be taken here by one of them. And on that play for Nowasaki, really it all started with that dribble straight from the corner, possessing that ball and bringing it downfield. Williams Resolve, they fend off elimination. They win Game 6, and now it's time, Turtle. Game 7 on Champions Field. Let's get into it.
The time has come. It feels like I haven't seen a Game 7 in eternity. And this game, this series has definitely been a long one, but an entertaining one. And we're actually yet to have a game where both teams have scored, which is crazy. Togs, he's the first one to score in Game 7 by himself. Round 1 player, Ivan, looking to take the boost. He steals it from Nowasaki, and Flame is too late.
And you actually, if you were on Nowasaki's perspective, he missed the boost. He missed the boost and had to stop and try to flip into it. So that missed boost from Nowasaki.
No, it's still open.
And now another goal for EG. Things are falling apart for Williams Resolve.
This is the start you wanted. EG, back-to-back kickoff goals. They maintain possession. It's one clear from their own end down to the other side. Williams Resolve are in shambles. They can't organize. They can't find boost, and they can't block the shot.
All because of a missed boost. You don't miss that boost if you're Nowasaki. You don't concede the goal. You don't have a kickoff. You don't concede the kickoff goal. That one missed boost, is going to come back to haunt Williams Resolve unless we see something that we've not seen this series, which is a multi-goal comeback from one of the teams.
A multi-goal comeback. That's something we haven't seen. Ridiculous. I can't even believe that. And now you understand why these teams are so passive, James. It's one small mistake, one split second of an accident. You miss a boost. It happens all the time. I'm sure, James, it happens for you every single ranked game. Okay?
Almost.
And that's all it takes. That's all it takes to change the tides of this battle.
Catalysm, who's been the standout performer, gets the 50 upfield. Tox beating out Nowasaki. Nowasaki accidentally making contact on it. The ball leaking out to the middle of the field. Ivan tipping around one, and Breezy off to the side now with some space.
Oh no, what's happening for the EG defense? They missed the midfield shot, and now it's down the other side. Breezy, no shot given. And they need to score what feels like soon. Such a rough start, and you'd like to see the fifth back, but what a save from Ivan. He blocks the fireball of a shot, but the pressure's still on Catalyst. Another crossbar again! What is going on for EG and their defense?
It appears that Game 7 is just not William Resolve's game.
Oh my goodness. That crossbar is dented. We need to buy a new one after both those shots hit it. That's ridiculous.
We're not even halfway through the game though, Turtle. Still plenty of time. However, in the back of your mind, you got to think if EG puts away one more, surely that's enough.
Oh, this might
And
be
will
it.
this
Oh,
be it? Off the crossbar, Catalysm can't put it through.
good look for EG. But they themselves find the crossbar that saved them on the other side. Playing big demo. Space granted. Breezy looking for another demo. Physical plays needed, wanted, desired for Williams Resolve. Big clears. Not one team has been able to gather too much possession. It seems like EG, they got those 2 kickoff goals, and since then they've been smooth sailing, looking to run this clock down.
Getting the demo. Catalysm also the bump on Breezy. Breezy getting harassed.
Wow.
Double commit. The defense, they were in a difficult spot, but Williams Resolve break out. Now on the counterattack. They've got to get one soon. Flame down to Breezy. Breezy! Woo! It's too weak. Tox will clear it off the goal line.
This is what I love to see. It looks like in Game 7, everybody activating and using up all their energy that they've been storing throughout the whole defensive series. This game has been gruesome. It's been messy. Demos all over. But nothing working for Williams Resolve. This might be it. Breezy, he connects on the bump. And that's it. That's what it takes to get Williams Resolve on the board.
Ivan just missing the ball there, and Breezy going for the that was, I don't even know what to say about that.
Oh man, this has been the same way that EG's whole split has been, and Williams Resolve. Just a roller coaster of emotions, unpredictable, and Breezy was definitely unpredictable on that bump.
The only thing that could make this series better, Turtle, I think, is adding one more overtime.
Oh, you want another OT. As if you haven't gotten enough. Don't get too greedy there, James. All right, I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. We have seen more Williams Resolve offense, though. Chance is given to him.
Iwasaki with the double. Cleared down to the corner. Breezy pinches around one, gets some space. Has Flame, well, never mind. Flame demoed. And that option, you could tell that was what Breezy was banking on. But a double commit from EG. Catalysm still in control of the ball. Trying to flick it and waste time. Breezy into an air dribble. Flip reset. Tox waits patiently, but he's beat out by Iwasaki. The pinch threat. It doesn't come through. Breezy does steal the corner boost, but Flame is demoed yet again.
Off the crossbar.
Catalysm! The double tap off the crossbar. That is the dagger.
One shot. It's not on target, but he uses every bit of boost in the tank to make up, find the correction, get the security. And there's 17 seconds remaining. Another one, the kickoff. Unbeatable for EG.
I mean, that last goal, it put Williams Resolve 6 feet under. This one was just throwing more dirt on the grave.
That hurts so badly for Williams Resolve. I mean, they looked like they had a chance. That second man who was following Breezy, who most of the time was going for a solo play. There were bumps, there were demos, there was space given. They had chances, but they were not as clinical, as precise, and as efficient as Evil Geniuses were in game number 7. They take it, and their hopes for Rotterdam are still alive.
EG. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean, but it was a win.
Doesn't matter.
They got the dub.
That's a fat dub, James.
And Catalysm, the man of the match in my mind, Turtle. Yeah. Especially with a Williams Resolve that was starting to surge, was looking for that equalizing goal, but then that double tap off the crossbar from Catalysm. You just add that to the resume that was built by Catalysm in this series.
I mean, adding that to the resume, and he's an instant hire. He came out here and was so precise with these shots in game 7. And just the start. I mean, as we look at these replays, they were able to go up 2-0 in game 7. And you think if they didn't have such a good start, things could have easily been different. And for them to have that momentum in game 7 is ridiculous because things were actually against them. Williams Resolve were able to force the game 7. They looked dominant after taking the timeout. They had implemented changes. They were getting more aggressive. They forced the game 7, but then got absolutely smacked back down.
And Turtle, I can't help but think back to that missed boost in the corner from Nowasaki. If that play, goes different, who knows how things would have turned out. But that's the way Rocket League goes. Sometimes those small little mistakes, those little team bumps that can cost you an entire world championship, they happen. And you have to just move on. And that's what EG is going to do. They're moving on into the semifinals. Turtle, we've got to go to a quick break. But when we come back, the French showdown, Solary versus Carmine Corp. Stay tuned.